It's so sad to feel like I hate my life, and I don't. Like I hate my life, and I don't. I'm so grateful for my life. Like I hate my life. I'm so grateful for my life. Like I hate my life. I'm so grateful for waking up and being able to do whatever I want to do. But it's sad for me to say that I do hate my life because I don't. For me to say that I do hate my life because I don't.
So what do you think, Kiera? Hello, Keira. My name is Albert. I hope you're doing well. So I was ready for bed and your video showed up on my feed and it was like, I hate my life. And I'm like, oh, okay, let me see.
I was just crying, practically screaming on the top of my lungs, saying that I hate my life. I hate the position I'm in. I'm tired of feeling like my energy is not appreciated.
And I popped out of bed and here I am. Kiera, I'm 60 years old, and so I went through some of your comments, and a lot of them were console and wishing you the best and stuff like this, but I am going to give you steps to take. Kiera, these steps, if you catch it, you'll see, and you will just immediately shake off all that stuff, and you'll just face every single step with such exuberance. And so now I'm going to get straight to it. I hate my life, you said. Now, the first step, remove that concept of hate. Internally, the waves, as you talked about at the end, those waves that go on, there's a wave of hate that goes on that we inherited. We picked up hate. That concept, the word love and hate, remove both for now. Love and hate. Now, that's inward. Outward, go and love. You're going to love naturally. You're going to see how you don't need the words to love. You'll love naturally. Now, hate, take that out. Take the word out completely. Why? Because that word is coming to you from the things that you're doing that's producing you to say, I hate my life. Now, Kiera, next step is to see clearly that comparison is what fuels feelings of hatred. Try to see clearly that if comparison is not there, hatred can't exist. Why do I hate my life? Or because I have no friends, or because I'm not financially where I like to be, or I hate my life because I'm not living up to my expectations. That's all comparison. And so the comparison, right, which seems so kosher and so like cool to have, like if comparison is not channeled through the right channel, it can freaking rob you of all your energy and you'll just be left in tears. Because it requires so much energy, and I don't know if you realize how much energy comparison can freaking steal from you. Because if I'm comparing myself to someone, the pressure's already there to be better, and so I'm constantly, or whatever your situation is. In your case, I heard you're not appreciated.
If someone is not putting in the same effort as you,
that's comparison. And so now you're left with comparing yourself to them. They're not putting the same foot forward as you. And so you're back there again.
Practically screaming on the top of my lungs.
Kiera, I used to look into the mirror and then stare, saying things like, I hate you. All comparisons from top to bottom. Ugly, undesirable. The freaking list from A to Z was there, man. Oh, wow, Kiera. That's me right there. I'm 25 years old. Superstar DJ, engineer, music producer, working on tracks like Madonna, Mariah Carey. Now you can see that no matter what I had, I was carrying this element of self-hatred that came from where? Now, you wouldn't want me to do that to myself just as much as I don't want to see you screaming out of the top of your lungs. And so we already know what to do, right? The first thing is to see the dangers of comparison, and that comparison fuels self-hatred. Now, whatever your case may be, it doesn't matter because look at what it's doing to you. Anytime I hear or see, I hate my life, that person is mentally and physically exhausted. Let's read this together. The habit of comparison can take a toll on our mental health, contributing to increased levels of anxiety, depression, and chronic stress. Constantly measuring ourselves against others can create a cycle of negative thoughts and self-criticism, leading to heightened feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. Now, what you said about right and wrong, awesome.
There's no right or wrong way to do things.
Yeah. Now, take that and apply it to everything else. Then right there, you got hatred out, you got comparison out, right or wrong out, and then it's you flowering. And so, Keira, if you can catch this much, oh my God. Next, you talked about loneliness.
It's a very lonely world out there.
Just catch this. It's impossible to be lonely. That's made up too. That comes directly from our conditioning. Loneliness is associated with something that's not there. Let me give you an example. Every Friday I hook up with friends. Then that doesn't happen. And because of its absence, I feel lonely. I got used to it every Friday, and now that's out. And so now I feel lonely, but I was taught to think that way. And so this thing that we're doing with loneliness is a game, if you think about it, Keira. It's a game, Keira. The concept of loneliness, which that's a concept for me, is completely out. And I made a dedicated video for someone else about that, which I'll put in the description. So if you'd like to check that out, I go into great detail about loneliness, along with suffering, because there was another girl, she made herself suffer because she grew up that way. Jesus suffered, her mom suffered, and so she made herself suffer through relationships, through exercise, and so she adopted suffering, and so she went ahead and suffered, and then she freaking voiced it to suffer, that you have to suffer.
I know what I'm suffering for. I'm willing to suffer for this vision. What I mean is, you need to suffer.
She made it so. And so now she is crying too, saying you gotta suffer. And so I'm telling her, no, get rid of suffering. You catch what I'm doing here? I'm trying to get you to remove those aspects from your life. And you're gonna see, because you ended up talking about being disconnected.
We're all disconnected.
And so wipe that out too. And you're gonna notice something interesting, that if you wipe out both connected and disconnected, you just find that you're connected. The same with assurance, Keira. I was taught growing up, assurance. Mom, dad, they made me feel assured. And through my childhood all the way up, I had to look towards someone who validated my actions and gave me the assurance. Another way to say it is approval. But without that, and without assurity from me either, I just get down with life. Keira, I know you get down with life. What was holding you back is these aspects, these concepts, the assurance and feeling connected and all these things. Now, think about that. Disconnect yourself totally and watch how you're just connected. Also, right or wrong is out, and you'll see that things will just be. And so if you catch that what's in the way is all these aspects that are freaking firing at you, and those are the waves that you talk about, you're carrying that with you. And so now, catch something, because I caught something. Catch it with me, Keira. I'm going to loop it and play it back so you can see. Ready?
It's so sad to feel like I hate my life, and I don't. Like I hate my life, and I don't. I'm so grateful for my life. I'm like I hate my life. I'm so grateful for my life. I'm like I hate my life. I'm so grateful for waking up and being able to do whatever I want to do. But it's sad for me to say that I do hate my life, because I don't. For me to say that I do hate my life, because I don't.
So what do you think, Keira? I looped it enough. I hate my life, but I don't. I hate my life, but I don't. And so you did a fantastic job by talking yourself through it so you could unravel to the other side. Because for that bit, you were in a spin within yourself, which is fantastic that you posted it. And what I'm catching about you is that you're going through some pressure. And this pressure is weighing upon you. And that is what caused you to turn that into, oh, I hate my life, but you don't really.
It's so hard to manage my waves. My waves are not calm right now.
Well, now you have a few tools to work with, Keira, that'll help manage those waves. just know that for me, it's out. It's out, and I'm not lonely. I'm freaking getting down with fitness and with work and with my friends, and I'm never lonely at all. And so I have none of those things freaking weighing upon me. And all the problems that I face, I deal with them like head on. They come and I take care of it, and boom, head on. Everything head on, because my system knows what to do. But as soon as the waves inside me start to come in and start to pour out of me, which is the comparisons and this and that and the insurance and this and that and the efforts and someone else's effort, then I'm screwed. Okay, so now Keira, your closing line. So good, man. Everything is internal, and that's what I've been trying to say.
Everything you feel is internal. It's your internal thoughts. It's the waves inside of you.
The internal you is perfect. The internal you wants to flower and wants to freaking thrive. Now, that internal you is the internal you that you want to now see that it's clogged up with the conditioning.
So I believe it's really just unlearning what you've been conditioned to learn and what you're conditioned to.
And we all have been conditioned to suffer and to, grade yourself and to value and the standards. Regrets. You talked about regrets at the end. I have no regrets because the concept of regret is also out.
I'm very upset. I just stopped crying and I'm like, well, what can I do?
Well, you shared it, Keira, at the ideal time while you were going through it and shared it for the world to see. And me, as a 60-year-old, hopefully I provided enough wisdom for you too. And so if you'd like to dive in deeper, Keira, there'll be a link in the description where there's so much in detail that covers so many aspects. I promise you'll be enlightened for sure. And so that's it for this video. All the best to you, Keira. Take care.